Okay. There is no other way I'd rather be spending my Sunday than asking Michelle Wolf 73 questions.
Oh, good.
All right. Let's do this. How do you feel about me arranging this interview on a Sunday?
Well, I was going to have to work on my new show anyway, so might as well do this too.
And that's why we're here at this nondescript building in Hell's Kitchen.
Yes, in my beautiful new home.
Let's check it out. So, Michelle, besides this interview, what is the best part about your day today?
I mean, these sneakers are pretty great.
And can you give your fans a taste of what this show's about?
It's called The Break, and it's on Netflix, and it's going to be lots and lots of fun.
Okay. Now, how's it different than all those other shows?
I would say more jokes, less commercials.
Yeah, fair enough. Now, what's the secret to comedy?
Honesty, originality, and punchlines.
Love it.
John, I'm going to show these guys the studio.
Absolutely. Just give me 2 minutes.
Thanks.
What's your best quality, Michelle?
Probably that I'm never satisfied.
What's your worst trait?
Probably that I'm never satisfied.
I heard a rumor that you're shy. Is this true?
What, me?
What would you be doing if you weren't doing comedy?
Well, when I was 5, I wanted to be a bulldozer lady, so whatever that is.
What's the hardest thing that you've ever done?
Wilson.
What's Wilson?
Oh, sorry, I did a who's the hardest thing you've ever done.
Michelle, keep
What?
it clean. Please keep it clean. So this is my workout for the day. Did I hear that you ran an ultra marathon recently?
I did, 50 miles.
Impressive. What's the most interesting thing about running a 50-mile ultra marathon?
Probably that you don't understand it unless you do one, but also there's a ton of bananas, and that is not a sexual innuendo.
What's the most interesting thing about how life changes when you're famous?
Way more sunglasses, even when it rains.
Here are the drafts you asked for.
Thanks, Eliza.
All right, what are those drafts?
Oh, new jokes for this week.
Oh, so cool.
Welcome to my office. You can tell it's mine because there's a sign on the door that says so.
And this is a really nice office.
Thank
Good.
you.
It's great.
Been a lot of people's. Jon Stewart, Stephen Colbert, come on.
So can you describe for me your creative process when you have to write a bunch of episodes?
Well, you write as many jokes as you can, and then you try to beat those jokes.
And what makes a perfect joke?
I think something you didn't know you wanted to hear.
When did you first start telling jokes?
I don't know, probably when I was little trying to impress my brothers, and then it didn't, and then they, punched me or something.
Now, what do you hate about comedy right at this moment?
Clapter and pandering.
What's the coolest thing on your desk?
Well, clearly I take a lot of beverages, but these two are my favorites. My nephews painted them.
Wow, artistic.
Yeah, until you realize they're both 39.
All right. Now, it has been 22 days since the White House Correspondents Dinner. I'm sure you're very familiar with it. How does this experience feel in hindsight?
Great. I was maybe too nice.
And what was your favorite joke?
I liked all of them, but my favorites were the ones that I actually cut. And now they're in a vault.
Oh, can I see those?
Someday.
I'll wait. What was your first reaction when you learned the president would not be in attendance?
What a pussy.
How do you describe telling jokes to people's faces like that?
So much more fun. You can feel them be mad.
Michelle, would you ever do that experience ever again?
Will anyone ever do it again?
Good question.
Studio's ready.
Great.
Okay, so what are you completely done talking about now?
The Correspondents Dinner.
Yes, you are. If your life were a hashtag, what would it be?
Hashtag The Break, Netflix.
Okay, Michelle, can you have your assistant here ask a question?
Eliza, can you please ask me a question?
Would you like some coffee?
Always.
Michelle, how would you describe yourself in 3 nouns?
Bad at grammar.
How would your peers describe you in 3 adjectives?
Loud. Oh my, for the love of God, you're so loud. Do you want a snack?
Yes, please, thank you. What's the funniest thing in the world to you?
I love those cats who wear pirate costumes. It makes it look like they're walking on their legs with their arms flailing.
What's your best accent? Thanks.
Whatever this weird central Pennsylvania twang I have is.
Okay, and what's your worst accent?
Literally the rest of them. But probably Australia's probably the worst one. Put the shrimp on the Barbie. Oh, wait, actually, that was so good. You thought you were down under, didn't you? Amazing.
Thought I was there in Sydney. Okay, when were you most starstruck?
The other day, I literally almost ran into Oprah. I turned a corner in my head, her boobs. It was almost the whole thing.
Who would you love to have a beer with?
Queen Elizabeth I.
What?
Not only does she have red hair, she's also always been single, and she ruled the whole world. She's pretty amazing.
Okay, this is a random one, but who would you drive past, even if they were stranded on a desert highway?
I would say any man I don't know personally, and a lot of the men I do.
Okay, so I noticed that you have some press over here. What's the nicest thing that anyone's ever said?
I mean, Letterman complimented me, which was super cool.
All right, do you pay attention to critics?
Only the one in my head, which is way worse than anything anyone can say about me.
And how would you describe your comedy style?
Full of jokes.
Okay, where's the best place in the world to do stand-up?
The Comedy Cellar, of course.
Favorite city to perform in?
Other than New York, either San Francisco, Denver, or Madison, Wisconsin. Madison is so beautiful, but you gotta pace yourself on the cheese.
Who is the most underrated comic right now?
Joe Lift.
And what should aspiring comedians avoid in their
Thanks,
careers?
John.
You're very well.
Being lazy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is it.
Look at this place.
Michelle Wolf has arrived.
It's amazing.
How does it feel?
Overwhelmingly great.
Oh, amazing. Can I take a shot of you right behind your desk?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
Come on.
perfect. Okay, now, from working on other shows, what lessons have helped prep you for your own?
Never settle.
Oh, this is going to be a good shot. Here we go. Say something on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Smoky eye.
What's made you the most proud?
HBO special.
Yeah, your HBO special is called Nice Lady. Do you consider yourself to be a nice lady?
Not at all.
Now, you had a character called Grown Up Annie. Where is she now?
Oh, she's a member of Trump's cabinet. She's actually the most qualified person that works there.
What's the difference between Michelle Wolf, the performer, and Michelle Wolf, the person?
We're pretty much the same. I start all my conversations with, "You guys hear about this?" My friends hate me.
What do you hope for yourself 5 years from now?
To be better than I am now.
What do you hope for America 5 years from now?
To be less racist. Come on, guys. Try like a little.
What does it mean to be an American today?
Always having to say, "I am so sorry about that. Oh, so sorry."
What does it mean to be a woman today?
Conflicting. It's like, do you post a picture of your naked butt, or do you become a scientist? Can you do both of those things? Are we even allowed to discuss this?
What does it mean to be an American female comedian today?
I mean, for me, pretty great.
Yeah, this worked out well for you. Okay, now you worked in biochemistry. Can you tell me something biochemical that I most likely will not understand?
Okay, get ready. It's exciting. Did you know that molecular dynamics can be used to study proteins, enzymes, and kinases? Oh my God.
The more you know. Now you worked on Wall Street. Can you give me a metaphor for working on Wall Street in circa 2008?
Yeah, it's like being a violin player on the deck of the Titanic and then get rescued by a Carnival cruise ship that was paid for by taxpayers.
On that note, it's time to wind down this interview. Michelle, what's a video in the past week that you've not been able to stop watching?
Sydney McLaughlin winning the 400-meter hurdles at SECs. You guys, she's a phenom.
Now, if you look into your imaginary audience, who's the one person that you'd love to see the most?
Oh my God, if there was a bunch of otters holding hands, I would lose it.
Who's your musical sidekick for your show?
Oh, we got DJ Jersey. He's one of the best DJs in all New Jersey.
What style song are you most likely going to be walking out to?
Something upbeat and fun and sort of hip-hop that's probably way too cool for me.
What 3 people would you invite to a dinner party, dead or alive?
Well, Queen Elizabeth I, because I already brought her back and she doesn't have any other friends. Carol Burnett and Ina Garten.
How do you know when you've nailed a performance?
When Dennis Miller gives you notes about it.
All right, and last question I have for you is, what is your favorite punchline?
No dice, squirrel man.
Okay, that concludes our interview, Michelle.
You guys, you can't conclude an interview without going through an alarm door.
Are you sure about this? No, I can't.